Hi everybody, this is Angela from AJ Training. This is my next video blog for you. Today we're going to talk about Burns and Scalds, and as you can see I'm in the kitchen today and I am baking, ready for the Macmillan coffee morning that I'm holding on Friday at Titan's in Braintree. So if you're free, please come along. Okay. So we're going to talk about burns and scalds today. So what's the difference between a burn and a scald? Well, a burn is caused by something hot and dry, okay, and a scald is something hot and wet. Alright, so a burn, for example, hot and dry, is something like these baking trays with all my cookies on, okay. If I touch that when it's just come out of the oven, or even the oven itself, okay, that's hot and dry, so that's going to be a burn. If I reach above a saucepan that's bubbling away or above the kettle, then because that's hot and wet, it's then a scald. Alright, so that's the difference. Scald, hot and wet, burn, hot and dry. Okay, so what do? Well, three main rules, okay, with a scald or a burn, doesn't matter. Alright, number one, cool it. We need to cool it under water for a minimum of 10 minutes. Okay, ideal world would be 20 minutes, but we recommend minimum of 10 minutes, okay, under a nice cool or cold tap. Alright, cool it right down. Number two, we're then going to remove anything that's going to impede. So for example, if it's a burn to your hand or your wrist or your arm, okay, you need to remove anything on there. So for example, watches, bracelets, rings on your fingers, anything like that, any jewellery or anything of any kind, okay, because as the burn and scald swell, then it's going to cause restriction to other parts of the body, okay, so remove anything that's going to impinge. Number three, okay, rule number three is then to dress it. Now there's two ways you can dress it. First of all, if you saw my video blog on the last one about first aid kits, then you'll know about first aid burns gels, okay. These are in your British Standard first aid kits, and you literally just rip them open, really easy to use, they're full of gel. You just squirt the gel all over the burn or scald, and what happens is the gel itself is really cold first of all, but what it does is it absorbs all the heat from the burn or scald, and then that allows that burn or scald to then cool down while the gel heats up. Okay, but really clever, really simple to use. If however you haven't got that to hand, then cling film. Good old-fashioned cling film. Everybody's probably got that around the house, in the kitchen hopefully. So all you've got to do is put it on the burn or scald, but remember, do not wrap. Alright, rip sections off and place the sections very delicately over the burn or scald. Never wrap it round, because what will happen, if you've ever put anything in the microwave with cling film on, you'll know that when you heat it up, it shrinks and goes very tight. Okay, if you've got that on your burn and it shrinks and goes very tight into that wound, then when you get to hospital, they've then got to rip that off, and it's going to be very painful. Okay, so just rip sections off and place it over lightly. Okay, then depending on the size of it, obviously you're going to need medical attention, so it could be either your GP. If he's not open, then you might have to go to A&E, but use A&E as a last resort. Alright, unless it's a big burn or scald. Okay, but use a bit of common sense. Alright, if it's only a little thing, then maybe a GP or even a pharmacist will be able to advise you. Okay, but that was just a brief one, as I say, because I'm in the kitchen. I thought burns and scalds is a good one to do. Alright, and I'll see you on my next video blog. Stay safe. Bye.